Earlier tonight, prime time for Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Boy, there are a lot of exciting matchups going on right now. You got Boston versus Golden State. You have the Lightning versus the Avalanche. You have everyone who worked for Donald Trump versus Donald Trump. Another unbelievable day in Washington today. The House Select Committee presented Episode 3, Revenge of the Sixth, today. This story gets crazier with each time. It really should be called They Did What-er-gate, because we learned today that Trump knew what he was trying to do was illegal, and you're not going to believe this, he went ahead and did it anyway. This was the third of what will be 6 hearings, and they're so dramatic, it's hard to believe it isn't scripted.
The Select Committee will be in order.
President Trump rejected the advice of his campaign experts.
The stuff that his people were shoveling out to the public was bull.
Are you out of your effing mind?
And then we went for lunch. We went for tacos.
Was there anyone who had had too much to drink?
Or Giuliani.
100,000 ballots in garbage cans.
Mostly with Ivanka and her brothers.
President responded, Pence deserves it.
I respect Attorney General Barr. I accepted what he said was saying.
Yeah, of course, the difference between Logan Roy and Donald Trump is Logan actually gave his son a birthday card, and Eric's never had that. You know, we've been hearing a lot about the lawyer who was pushing Trump, and more specifically Mike Pence, to short-circuit the certification of the votes. His name's John Eastman. Even though every other lawyer said this is nuts, you can't do this. The vice president can't just pick who he wants to be president. Eastman was telling Trump he could do that. And in case you're wondering what this super lawyer Donald Trump decided to put his faith in looks like, he looks like this. He is that guy. This is the man our very stable genius president decided to roll the constitutional dice with. Crocodile Dumb D here. And the idea that the vice president gets to pick the president is so silly. Well, Greg Jacob, who was the lawyer for Mike Pence, illustrated the silliness very well.
Part of my discussion with Mr. Eastman was, if you were right, don't you think Al Gore might have liked to have known in 2000 that he had authority to just declare himself president of the United States? Yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe the Democrats are missing the point here. I mean, if the vice president gets to pick the president, let Kamala do it in 2024, and whoever's after her does it in 2028, and you could have the White House forever, really. I mean, why are you fighting about this? We also heard more about the heated phone call on the morning of the 6th, during which Trump called Mike Pence a wimp and the P word, but Pence wasn't having it. He knew that what Trump wanted him to do was unconstitutional, and as we heard his lawyer say, Mike Pence holds the Constitution in very high regard. I recall in my discussion with the vice president, he said, I can't wait to go to heaven and meet the framers and tell them the work that you did in putting together our Constitution is a work of genius. Thank you. And Mike almost got to heaven to meet the framers, thanks to this group of patriots. Those nuts, we found out, got within 40 feet of Pence and his family. Trump and Pence have reportedly not spoken since last summer. I guess they haven't really been hanging since the attempted hanging. And Trump was he went on Truth Social today to scream, I demand equal time, which I don't know about you, I like that idea. I would love to watch Trump versus Liz Cheney. He hasn't been spanked by a woman in quite some time. And, another big plot point from today is focused on the representative from Georgia, Barry Loudermilk, who told the press last summer he never gave a group of Trump supporters an inside tour of the Capitol right before the insurrection. Well, surprise, surprise, they had video that showed he quite clearly did. Now, this is the tour group, as it were, down in the bowels of the building. You see they're taking pictures and video of pretty much everything there. The offices, the stairwells, just things that nobody would be interested in typically. Oh, and my God, wait a minute, is that? Looks a little bit like Guillermo, which is, the plot thickens. Guillermo was at the Capitol. It's, and he's not here. So, and while all this is going on, while we're watching video of these animals threatening to drag Nancy Pelosi by her hair out of the Capitol and hang Mike Pence, Garbagy Taylor Greene was outside complaining that the criminals who broke into the Capitol are being treated like criminals.
We have these people's rights being abused, and nobody gives a damn. Now here, you want to talk about justice? We went through justice for George Floyd, justice for him. But we don't see any justice for these people that went into the Capitol. None. Do you want to know how they're treated? I'll tell you what I saw. I saw men in that D.C. jail that hadn't had a haircut, couldn't shave. They were filthy, dirty, and disgusting.
Oh, well, then you have something in common. I can see where you... And then she slithered off to do a right-wing online radio show where the hysterical topic for today is that transgenders are taking all the tampons.
And the latest news is, Brian, that now there's a shortage of tampons. And that's probably because men are buying tampons. And
is this breaking news right now?
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke.
Am I being punked right now? Are you
No.
telling me that this is legit?
They put tampons in men's bathrooms.
And they're just this... Oh, my goodness.
Come on. Of course they put tampons in men's bathrooms. What else are we going to do to stop diarrhea when we have diarrhea? It's like, oh, is that just me? I don't know. By the way, Klan Mom might not even be the dumbest Georgian in Congress. Former football star, current Republican Senate nominee Herschel Walker is having a difficult week. Herschel's been caught in a bunch of lies, and just in time for Father's Day, we found out he has not one, but 3 children he somehow forgot to mention. He has 4 kids, he raised one of them, which is interesting because he's a very outspoken critic of absentee fathers. It's like a big thing. He blames every societal problem on absentee dads, and I guess he would know because he is one. He's, Herschel Walker has so many kids, they're thinking about bringing Maury out of retirement just to add them up. I don't know, maybe there's an innocent explanation. Maybe it might just be as simple as Herschel can't count to 4. You know, last night, my wife, we put the kids to bed, my wife was looking at her phone, and she's like, oh, my God, I thought something terrible had happened. Turns out Beyoncé's releasing a new album, so it's okay. This will be Beyoncé's first new album in 2016. And I feel like this is a good time to mention something that's been bothering me, because put her name up on the screen if you would. I know, everybody look at this together. The accent mark is at the end, it's on the E. So it's actually Beyoncé, not Beyonce. And I just want to Beyoncé that I'm sorry for screwing up your name for 20 years. I mean, you told us, say my name, and we didn't listen. Speaking of spectacular names, another NBA season has come to a close, and Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo has got a new career. He's been lending his distinctive voice to a new project with the folks at Disney+.
From the people who brought you Disney+. All your favorite Disney and Pixar movies and TV shows restored and redubbed by 4-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo.
That's not a bird, not a butterfly.
Iconic Disney films like Pinocchio.
Someday I'm going to be a real boy.
And Beauty and the Beast.
He's not the monster, Gaston. You are.
But that's not all. We've Dikembe-fied these favorites too, like...
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
And...
Wally.
What about Disney's classic musicals?
Tell this all the time. Song as old as one. Beauty and the Beast.
You can Dikembe sure we've got 'em.
You mind if I kiss the monkey? Poor airball.
Dikembe Plus, only $7.99 a month.
Catch out.
Hear the magic for the very first time.
Put them together when you got Bibidi Babidi Boo. Dikembe Plus.
If you like that video, click subscribe, and we'll be together until one of us dies.